Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of Slyrs Amontillado Cask Finish. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of Slyrs Amontillado Cask Finish. This is a German whisky from Bavaria and it came to me as part of my Somerton whisky subscription. The Somerton whisky subscription is £50 every 2 months and this is the bottle for April 2024. Slyrs began producing whisky in 1999 and opened a dedicated whisky distillery in 2007. This particular whisky is aged in New American oak and then finished in Amontillado sherry casks. This particular whisky is 46% ABV, it's non-chill filtered and natural colour. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. So before I start nosing and tasting, let's have a quick look at the colour. I'd say that is like a mahogany, really does have a very dark colour. Let's start with the nose. Right, so the first thing I get with this is a little bit of nail polish remover, reminiscent of like pear drops. There's lots of juicy raisins in there, reminding me of like mince pies. I'm also getting a hint of honey in there, there's like honey sweetness. And there's also a slightly savoury note. It's giving me hints of like stewed steak, like steak pies, that sort of thing. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, so for me, this has got a really nice mouthfeel. It's almost chewy, and the thing that dominates on the palate though is lots of tannic fruit. There's lots of sort of dark fruits, stone fruits, that sort of thing. It really is quite noticeable. It's a little bit spirity as well. I think there's a hint of ethanol that comes with especially the first sip of this, but that does start to dissipate and soften as you drink it further. Let's have another sip. Yeah, so this is where the fruit starts to build. The sherry influence on this has allowed lots of fruit notes to come through. I'm getting those sherry soaked raisins, I'm getting maraschino cherries, I'm getting black currants, I'm getting apples. Really is fruity, and the longer you drink this, the more time you spend with it, the more fruit tends to come out. It really is interesting the way the fruit flavours sort of build with this. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, I'm starting to get some honey sweetness, reminding me of like heather honey. There's also a slightly medicinal note, reminds me a bit of like star anise, and there's some baking spices in there as well. There's definitely some heat to this. I think for a 46% ABV whiskey, this is definitely deceptive. I think it comes across as hotter than that, and there is some heat and some chili pepper. In terms of finish, well, I'd say it's a medium length finish, and there is some dry wood. It's really noticeable. There are those stone fruits, and there is some pepper that lingers on the palate. But in terms of value, well, this retails in the UK for around £88, and obviously it's a German whisky, a country I'm very unfamiliar with when it comes to whisky, so I don't know how well that sort of stacks in terms of value generally, But I got this as part of my Somerton subscription, and obviously if this retails for £88 at major retailers in the UK, the fact I got this for £50 as part of my subscription is incredible value. You know, that's a massive discount from where it normally sits on the market in the UK. Obviously, this is a sherried whiskey, it's non-age statement, so some of those things do obviously influence the price. Obviously, they've been making whiskey long enough to put age statements on, and it is possible that you might be able to find out the age of this whiskey, but from what I understand, it tends to be at least 7 years old, from what I've researched on the internet, but there is no actual age details for this particular whiskey. I do think it's good value though, especially at this price. Would I buy it at £88? Possibly. I think, obviously it's early days. I've spent some time with this, but not a lot of time with this. I think as the bottle goes down, that might influence whether or not I'd spend this sort of money again, retail price for this type of whiskey. But at the £50, it's a no-brainer. It's a definite steal. And it's definitely an ideal sort of autumn-winter dram with the sherry influence on this particular whiskey. It does make me think I want to try some more from Slyrs to see what else they can do. And obviously it'd be interesting to try it without that sherry influence, to taste the DNA of their whiskey instead of the sherry influence. If there's a particular Slyrs that you think I should try, or one you've tried and you would recommend for other people, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if there's another German whiskey you think I should put on my radar and check that out sometime in the future, then also let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Hopefully you found that interesting, and I'll see you next time. Sláinte.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.